Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Thank you for joining me. Today's video is a big one. It is a momentous occasion here on my free-to-play account. We are making progress, guys. We just unlocked a huge part of this game. It feels like I got my first max champion, and then all of a sudden, my progression just absolutely skyrocketed inside. This video, what I'm going to do is show you my maxed out Kael. First of all, was Kael your first maxed out champion as well? If not, let me know who in the comments below. I feel like he's pretty much 90% of people's first champion. They get fully 6-starred in this game. So he was definitely mine as well, and I'm so pleased about it. Today, what I want to do is share some thoughts, on how difficult it was to get him 6-starred, and then I want to show you the progress that we've been able to make once we've had Kael to 6 stars, which has really only been a few hours. But I went into every dungeon. I tried to, clear a couple extra stages. Believe it or not, guys, this is not me being hyperbolic. I wrote it down. We added 4 stages of Spider. Unbelievable. Now I can actually farm banners to put on my newly minted 6-star Ascended Kael. But we also have plus 3 levels of Dragon's Lair, which is excellent. Now I can farm 6-star artifacts. Like I said, the game really opened up for me here. And then we cleared plus 5 stages of Ice Golem. Granted, I haven't really been focusing on Ice Golem, so I probably could have cleared a couple of those stages before we tried him out again with Kael. But all things considered here, very, very, very thrilled here. With Kael, like I said on my last video, I'll link it for you guys in case you missed it. Is raid even possible as a free-to-play player? The note that I made at the end is, hey, it's possible, it's very challenging, but man, it is so much more rewarding when you actually get that first 6-star champion. I imagine when I clear my first level 20 dungeon, it's going to be that much more rewarding, knowing that I did it at a pretty huge handicap by not spending money. So anyway, guys, we have Kael all in lifesteal. We don't have the banner yet on Kael. I plan on switching things up with Kael quite a bit here. Right now, he has attack percentage on his chest. I'm going to move that to defense. I already have speed lifesteal and crit rate lifesteal. I'm going to keep those exactly how they are. But again, on the chest, we're going to switch that over to defense for clan boss. Need him to be more sustainable. We're going to put an accuracy banner on him 100%. That way he'll have enough accuracy to be landing consistently his poisons, which is, a huge part of the damage that he puts out overall. The majority of the damage that he puts out overall, especially against clan boss and against dragon. This top row of artifacts here, I have a double roll of accuracy. I'm looking for accuracy, speed, and crit rate as my substats on Kael. So we got, 2 of the 3 here. We had a lot of accuracy on this shield, and honestly, 17 accuracy with some attack on this weapon. Not too bad. We can definitely upgrade this stuff, but I'm very happy with these artifacts the way they are right now. With his skills, well, you guys know Kael's skills. He's fully booked. He's my on my first rare fully booked, but I have War Maiden only 1 book away, the most important book from being fully booked as well. So we have 2 champions, actually make it 3. We have Apothecary also almost fully booked, missing 1 level on the A1. So that's all our rare books basically going to these 3 champions. Again, a big takeaway in this game as a free-to-play or as a non-big spender is keep your champion pool very, very focused. Do not start investing in a bunch of champions that you kind of like. I have champions like High Katoon just sitting here. Champions like Doomscreech just sitting here. I actually used Masked Fearmonger as food. I used an epic champion as food.
Is he all right upstairs?
Because I was in such a hurry to max my Kael, but I'm not a big fan of him, and he was just causing me to, again, kind of focus on too many spaces at once. So now I have like a nice kind of group of champions. I have these 6 champions at the top here. Kael, Ashok the Wenderin, and Apothecary. Those are kind of my big 3 in terms of champions who I know I can ride way into the late game of Raid Shadow Legends. And then as kind of a 3A, we have Crimson Helm. I could eventually replace her, but she's, I'm pouring all my books into her, my epic books, not getting a ton of them, but you can see, 6 books? I've had 6 epic books. They've all gone into Crimson Helm so far. So I'm going to keep booking her and, definitely be able to use her for a long time here. War Maiden, I'm probably going to end up replacing with Bellower because one thing with Kael that I noticed is that I need a better campaign farmer. It is taking Kael about 30 seconds, 32 seconds to clear 12-3 Brutal. That's way too long, man, especially when, and again, the biggest takeaway for me on my free-to-play so far has been the time that you need to spend in campaign. It's insane. How do you guys do it? I've done one 6-star champion, man, that feels like I am just endlessly all day repeat on campaign until I'm out of energy, and then I do it all again the next day. Yikes. Oof, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. Anyway, Acid Rain, again, fully booked here, fills his turn meter. It's a great ability, but Disintegrate is where he puts out the most of his damage. Has a 50% chance of placing a strong version of poison for 2 turns. Really solid on Disintegrate, his best ability. I mean, depending, of course, if you're campaign farming than Acid Rain is. But for more prolonged battles, really a big fan of Disintegrate. He is the best starting champion, bar none for me. I don't think it's really that close between Elhain and Galek and Aethel, even though they're all, you know, great rare champions. Masteries. Did I tell you guys? I think I did in my last free-to-play video. I've gotten about, I don't know, 1,500 or so gems thus far. I've unlocked my gem mine. I bought an XP boost when I didn't have one, and I bought Kael's Masteries. I think it's actually a good strategy. I was not prepared for this. I'm getting way more gems than I thought I would get. Just through events, through tournaments, through missions, through quests, all that stuff. I'm just in my gem mine. I'm collecting a lot of gems. Like, not a lot, not a ton, but like enough so where I thought I could justify buying my very first 6-star champions Masteries, and that's exactly what I did. I actually bought them a couple weeks ago, but I had to finally get him 6-star ascended to get the War Master Masteries. So we have War Master now on this champion. That completes his Masteries. You could argue I could actually remove the Lore of Steel. I do have 1 free reset. I'm going to hold on to that for now. I'm not going to do anything crazy. He is in Lifesteal gear, so it's not getting much out of the Lore of Steel. He does have Master Hexter to extend the duration of his poisons. Very important to have there. Otherwise, pretty standard offense in support tree build for Kael. In terms of his artifacts, I already showed you guys this. We need to get crit damage on the amulet. Otherwise, things looking pretty good. Accuracy on the banner. So that is Kael now, guys. I'm excited. By the way, let me know in the comments below, who should I invest in next? Who should I 6-star next? I could do Achek the Wenderin or Crimson Helm. The thing is, though, they're so hard to upgrade compared to a rare champion. I kind of like just going with a rare here. It might be Apothecary. I think it's going to be Apothecary. Let me know what you think. I could go with Achek. He's pretty beast mode. The fact that he has the freeze HP burn, which is great, but look at all these books, man. I have no books into him. Is really solid, but he also has a block debuffs and strengthen on all allies for 2 turns. Really nice as a free-to-play player to have a strengthen debuff on one of my main characters. And, you know, just as importantly, ally defense in all battles. I can run him as an Aura lead in every single battle, no matter where I am inside this entire game. Very, very, very helpful to have that. Let's go ahead and show you the progression I was able to make. Let's show you my Spider's Den. I mean, I was going to say, let's show you my Spider's Den team, but honestly, it's basically the same team for everything because I've, you know, narrow focus on my champions. Reliquary Tender and Coldheart are my 2 number 1 and number 2 on my wish list, because that will really open up even more possibilities for Fire Knight and for Spider's Den as well, but really everywhere in the game. But I went from stage 6 or stage 7 all the way to stage 9 just by getting the Kael, just by getting Kael maxed. So let's go ahead and show you this dragon run, or excuse me, this spider run, then we'll show you dragons. So what I'm going to end up doing, guys, is probably just using my auto attacks every day on Spider for the next 3 or 4 days. It's going to take up a lot of my energy too, because Spider is costly in terms of energy, but I'll get a lot more silver. My silver right now is around 6, hovering from 6 to 8 million in that range, and I like to kind of keep it there. I'm being very, very particular about how I spend my silver. Obviously, silver shortage is real in this game, so I'm treating it as a very, very scarce resource, and I'm only using it for artifacts that I know will make a pretty big difference on my champions. I don't want these very incremental upgrades to be wasting 1 million, 2, 3, 4 million silver and making these small incremental upgrades when I could just save it and be okay in the interim and then go ahead and invest in better artifacts once I get them. So that's kind of my strategy there. You can see that the team, I'm actually covering Kael right now. I'm sorry, Kael. It's your video spotlight, dude, and I'm in the way. Let me move over here. But yeah, so Kael, you can see he's just, I mean, he's my DPS, he's my carry, he's my everything. Really handy to have Apothecary now on this account. In case you missed it, I pulled Apothecary from a mystery shard. You have, I believe, a 2.5% chance at pulling a rare champion from a mystery shard. So, you know, really, really excited about that. So it took me all said and done about 2 months to max out my very first champion. I'm talking full masteries, full books, ascended, and obviously level 60. Not too bad. And you know, the best part about it is now that I have him done, it's not so daunting to do my next champion because I know I have, you know, a better campaign farmer in Kael now that he's totally maxed out. I'll have way better artifacts. I'm going to start, you know, farming better artifacts now that I've cleared all these additional levels in all of these dungeons. You can see this is actually a close one here, but I think it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Achak the Wenderin is so good too. I mean, the pairing, having freeze and more importantly, HP burn for Spider is super handy, provided it's not against Spirit matchups. So once we get to Spider 20, well, let's not even worry about Spider 20. Let's not even worry about that. Let's worry about Spider 14 or whatever the heck we are right now. I think we're what, 13? Either way, I can finally farm banners, which is going to be important. Now, I don't have to overdo it with banners, but they do sell for good silver. There's only one champion I have right now who you can even put a banner on, and that is Kael. So Kael doing his thing here, you know, carrying this team, and just the power of lifesteal gear as well on Kael, right? I mean, he's able to basically keep himself healed the entire battle. So if he ever wakes up, we might win this thing. I've only done this battle actually one time before this video, and it was kind of similar to this, right? It ended up being, I think, just Kael left. Dude, don't blow it for me, Kael. Don't blow it for me. We just won with this team. All right, he just needs his acid rain, and he's gonna need more than that. He's gonna die. No! What a bummer, guys. Well, I'm not gonna redo it. I'm gonna give you the real thing instead of editing that out. Obviously, you can see best time 316. I cleared it right before I hit record on the video. So you know what? Let me see. Let's take a second here. So that was stage 9. You know what? I'm gonna have to farm stage 8 instead, because I want to have 100% success rate. I'm not going to show you guys it. Obviously, you kind of get the gist, right? But I want to have 100% success rate. So that was actually useful information, the fact that we died there, because I do not want to be wasting any energy. All right, guys, here in Dragon's Lair, you can see I have access finally to 6-star artifacts, clearing stage 13. We talk about this a lot here on the channel. It is huge in terms of overall a progression. I can finally farm 6-star artifacts. Let's see. We have Crimson Helm on the team, anti-affinity matchup. But I mean, who are we going to replace her with at this point? I think we're going to keep the Crimson Helm in. One thing that I'm still severely lacking is a reviver on the team. If anybody dies, it'd be so nice to just pick them back up and not lose a beat. So that's something that we'll just keep our eye open for. And in terms of next order of business overall, 2 artifact sets that I really want to farm on this account is 1 shield set, maybe for Achak the Wenderin, perhaps for Painkeeper, if I can, you know, book her out anytime this year, that'd be good. But either way, having a shield set on this team is going to make a dramatic impact in terms of progression. So a shield set's going to be a huge priority. In addition to that, we also want to keep an eye out for a stun set. So I want to put Bellower in full stun and then not take War Maiden to 6 stars. She's actually going to be vaulted. And I'm going to live with the 30% decrease attack on a 4-turn cooldown lasting for 2 turns. From Bellower, because I'm going to pick up Fearsome Presence as a tier 6 mastery, put it on Bellower, put him in a stun set, and I think the 23% chance of getting a stun with the shield set on the same team as well, I think it's going to have far more of a profound impact than a 3-turn decreased defense on an AoE of War Maiden. I will sacrifice some damage overall, but it won't be a ton because Bellower can put out a decent amount of damage in his own right. Anyway, guys, we're at the Dragon now. Let's see how well this goes. There's no way I would be able to clear this, not just without Kael, but also without Apothecary. We did a video on last week, our free-to-play Apothecary, but I mean, having that 2-turn heal, that soothing chant you just saw go off against himself, it's just so crucial, not to mention the block debuffs and the strengthen of Achak the Wenderin. So really happy. I just can't wait for the next 2-time event so I can hopefully pull my first legendary. Although I don't even know why I want a legendary on this account. I mean, unless it's just like Dracomorph or something like that, I'm never going to get legendary books. How do any of you guys watching out there, I'll end the video hopefully with a victory and hopefully with this question. Any of you guys or gals out there, free to play, 100% free to play, able to fully book out, you know, a legendary or 2 or 3? Like, I'm wondering how I'm ever going to get legendary books to book out a legendary on this account, you know? Even if I pull the best legendary in the game, how am I ever even going to get those books, man? It's going to take me forever. I don't know. You know, I'm being a little bit of the sky is falling here because I'll take a legendary. I'll take an OP legendary, but still I am worried about how am I going to book it, you know? Does it even matter? Either way, we make good work of Stage 13 Dragon's Lair. We're going to end the video there, guys. Overall support, you can see Kael putting out the brunt of the damage by far. I mean, like, look at his damage. It is 5 times War Maiden, over 5 times War Maiden, who is second place in terms of damage. So I can definitely afford to get that attack percentage chest off of Kael, give him more sustainability. Even with the lifesteal, I'm going to need it as we progress even further than level 13 Dragon's Lair. Right now, by the way, I'm attacking hard clan boss. Let me show you. Clan boss, I'm sorry, normal. I'm attacking normal. I am 2-starring normal right now. Vexthal is my account. Boom. So, yeah, some work to do here on clan boss as well. But guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you want to see on my free-to-play account, and make sure you subscribe here, turn on your bell notifications. Thanks, and as always, take care, guys.